Aaron, you know I'm a little bit older than you. I remember before cell phones were invented. I remember before the internet was a
Same,
thing, you know, and
same.
it's like, this is gonna be one of those things where 10 years from now, it's like, oh, where in my purse did I put my hearing aids? I wanna pop in because we're gonna go see this musical and I wanna hear every word of Hamilton, you
Yeah,
know? So,
yeah.
and then you know, it's gonna be like this every day-to-day thing, like popping on reading glasses. Oh, you know, and they're fashion reading glasses. You know, it's not
Yeah.
gonna be, the world is changing.
Agreed. Absolutely agree. When it's this easy, when they're this discreet, when they're so lightweight, they only weigh an ounce. I want to talk about how to wear them again just for a moment. We're going to look at that video of Jan. I'll also point out there is a specific right side and a specific left side hearing aid, and they're color coded around the speakers. We might have an image that we can show you of that. It's red for right. So the right hearing aid has a little red line around its speaker, or around its ear tip actually, and then the there we go, thank you. And then
Oh,
the
okay.
left one you can see is blue, right? So the one on the right is red, and the one on the left is blue, and those are specifically for your right ear and left ear. Let's take a look at the video of Jan. To put on your hearing aid, you place the body of the hearing aid behind your upper ear. If you wear glasses, just leave your glasses on. You don't take your glasses off for this process, okay? Next, you'll wrap the attached cable over the top of your ear, you saw, so the speaker reaches your ear canal, and then bend the cable near the speaker to insert the speaker into your ear. It's very self-explanatory. When you get it home, you'll see that. The cable should fit comfortably, and I want to just call something out. So for the vast majority of you, I think the cables that come on these will be the correct cables. I've put these in my ear many times. They fit me. I'm sort of an average size person, maybe a little bit smaller than average. But if you need a cable that is longer or shorter than the cable that's included, you can go onto the Bose Hear app and order it for free. There's no charge. It's complimentary. We want you to have the best fit. So if you're a little bit smaller or a little bit larger and find that you need a cable that is a little smaller or a little larger, again, I think this is probably a very small percentage of people, but I want you to know that that's available, because I think if you use these correctly, if you give them, I think that they're going to change lives. I honest to God believe that. Allison, you said we have... Oh, the complimentary services. Yes, thank you. So we're going to just pop up a still here to show you guys as well. So the complimentary service, this is the setup service that I briefly discussed earlier. You set up your hearing aid using your Bose Hear app. It takes 30 minutes or less. When you get to the end of the process, like once I did it, I didn't need any help, quite frankly. But that said, I do set up electronics a lot. It's very simple, very self-explanatory. However, you have the option to, at the end it says, would you like to set up a virtual session with a Bose Hear product expert? Yes or no. You set it up, you schedule it right then and there on the app. It's so easy. And if you do, they'll get in touch with you, and they can guide you through any questions, any problems, any issues, just any help that you might need. So I think that's an exciting thing. Bose support is always extraordinary. They are one of the top brands, not only here at HSN, but in the world. They are the world leader in sound. Dr. Amar Bose started the company from MIT in the 60s. Quick little, just tiny little side story here. He bought basically a radio for his dorm room and thought, that sounds awful. I don't like that sound. I want to make a better radio. And that's exactly what he did. Went on to become a professor at MIT, went on to invent noise canceling technology. And you can imagine all of that informs your new hearing aids. So I think the best thing to do, I'm going to throw this back to Helen, and in our last 10 minutes or so, we'll probably go through at least the beginning part of the presentation again, sort of reintroducing you to the hearing aids, talking you through how they work and for whom they're designed.
Yeah, and you know, for those of you that are listening that say, you know what, I think that might be me, I have a question for you. Like, why not you? What could possibly be stopping you? I mean, if you can't see something, you get glasses, and things are better because you can see now. Why not do the same thing with your hearing? I mean, our senses of sight and sound, it's, you know, so incredibly important for connecting and being a part of what's going on. Are you sitting in a room, or do you have a loved one who sits in the room and, you know, kind of everybody talks around them, and that person is really just completely left out and isolated? I know that my grandmother, like her hearing aid, like if without them, she felt so isolated and alone, like she was in this, you know, in this world where she wasn't connected. this is a connection device, a way you connect to your family and friends and entertainment. And I want you to think of this as something fun, something like, you know, going to a movie and hearing everything, going to, you know, the theater or to the symphony, or just watching TV at home, or just listening to your children and grandchildren. I think this is a connection device. This is about connecting to the world around you. And you know what? Sometimes you want to like chill out. You can take them out. You can, with your app, you can have them be up or down. I love the fact that you can customize this. This is very innovative, but I'm telling you, if you don't try it today, the price is going to jump back up, if we have any left, to the $849. So it'll, at midnight, it'll be $50 more. Allison, how many more presentations do we have? I know we have one. Okay, there's only 2 more presentations, and that's it. This is only gonna be talked about 2 more times, and then we will, that is it for, definitely for 2022. So here is, and we're at the end of the day. Maybe you've watched a couple presentations. I don't know why you're not giving it a try. If you're not, because I want you to be connected. And if you don't love it, you don't have 1 month, you don't have 2 months, you have 3 months for a return policy. And we are giving extra time for return policy because we want you to experience the whole, you know, your whole world, all of March, all of April, all of May. You know, maybe you're going to a graduation, maybe you're going to a wedding, maybe you've got like a big family celebration. We want you to hear all of it and then decide, is that worth $159.80 on FlexPay? I should say so. I mean, if we went back in time to like the 1920s and took somebody who had that, you know, mild hearing loss and gave them one of these Bose, Aaron, it would be like, it would seem like it was from outer space. It would seem like,
awesome?
Right? It would seem like science fiction. Yeah. But it's now Bose. We just go, of course, why not? Why not?
It's the way we live.
Yeah, it's the way we live.
It is the way we live today. And we're so fortunate to live in this time with these incredible conveniences. And we're very fortunate to have a company like Bose that spends time and money and resources. You know, one of the, again, quick little just side story about Bose, because I sell other Bose stuff and the company's amazing. Bose is privately owned. And that means so much of the money that Bose makes goes back into research and development for their future products. You wonder why Bose is always a step ahead? That's why, because unlike publicly held companies, they aren't constantly pressured to return, to give returns to their shareholders, right? Who want to make money on their investment. They're a privately held company. So they put a ton of money into research and development, which is why they are the very first people to do this. They are the first FDA cleared direct-to-consumer hearing aid for people with mild to moderate hearing impairment. We're going to show you a little video. And while we look at this video, this is just kind of a nice overview. You get to see the hearing aids again, sort of see them on people, see how they work. I want to talk about, who is this for? If you're watching right now wondering, is this for me? Or is this for grandma? Is this for dad? You know, who is this for? If you go to restaurants and there's a lot of ambient noise around you and it's hard for you to hear the person across the table from you, then this is a device that may help you. If you have trouble hearing the television, when you're watching television and it seems like you have to turn it up so much more than everyone else says it's too loud, turn the TV down, but for you to know what's going on, these may be for you. If you have trouble, especially with, you know, hearing the quieter sounds, hearing the consonants, hearing children's voices, hearing a waitress in a restaurant, those kind of things. Under all of those circumstances, these absolutely may be for you. And one of the things, I want to read this to you directly. This is extraordinary to me. We're very specific on what this is a class 2 medical device. So we're very specific about what we say, what we don't say, frankly, about the device. These are clinically proven to be self-tuning. In a clinical study, and you guys will see me literally reading this from a sheet because I want to be very specific about it. I think it's extraordinary. Listen to these words. In a clinical study, people with mild to moderate hearing impairment generally experienced similar hearing benefits and were more satisfied when using the Bose self-fitting technology compared with professional fitting of the same device. More satisfied using the Bose self-fitting technology. Well, I mean, it makes sense, right? When you think about it, if you go to get hearing aids and you have to go to an office and you have to go and don't get me wrong, I actually studied speech language pathology for a little while after my undergraduate degree. Speech is fascinating to me. And part of that department was audiology. I took some audiology classes, and those scientists are brilliant people. But I do understand where someone with a hearing impairment, maybe it's the weekend and your hearing aids aren't working the way you want them to work. You're not hearing the way you want to hear. You want the treble to be louder or the bass to be louder or the right ear to be louder or the left ear. How inconvenient is it for you to have to go to an office, make an appointment, pay a fee, do all of those sorts of things, when now you can just do it yourself? There's no
Aaron,
more of that panic of not having availability. Yes, ma'am.
I don't want to interrupt you, but we have got 4 minutes left in the presentation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know the whole hour just flew by, but I just want everybody at home that was like, should I give it a try? I want you to get it home. There is a 0 risk, 90-day return policy, 3 months to try it out to see if your world changes by hearing your world. And these are discreet. Aaron was just talking about how everybody loved them. You're getting that complimentary consultation from Bose. You're getting a year warranty. You're getting the batteries included. And by the way, these batteries in the hearing aids, they last for 56 hours, about 4 days. We have batteries available on hsn.com, and we do have them available in auto ship, so you're never without them. They're only $7.99. I think the FlexPay is $2.66 to always make sure that you've got the batteries. So there it is. Item number 085401. It might be the very last time you see the batteries. They're almost all sold out. So I've got enough for this presentation to do auto ship. So make sure you've got the batteries, because once you have this, you're not going to want to be without it. Once the world opens up to you and people talk to you and you don't have to either pretend you hear them or have the world be crystal clear. And there's lots of reasons for hearing loss. I know our producer Allison, we talked about her dad was in the military, a helicopter. Worked in a helicopter pilot. I mean, changing your hearing. And then he was resistant to, and I understand that. When my eyesight started going, I was resistant to getting reading glasses. But once I got them, I can't live without them, and I've got them in every purse I have. I don't live without them. But these, and by the way, they look like, like little earbuds in a little case. If you have that little discreet case, you could have this in your purse, and maybe you're going to the theater, you pop them in and then you could take them out. It's very, very discreet. And when you see how big they are, I mean, look at the size next to like a quarter. They're very, very, you can't, this wire is clear. And then, this pops in your ear, this goes behind your ear. So all you see is this clear little wire that you could barely see. There's a reflection from the studio lights is the only way. It's, again, very, very discreet. And only $159.80. What is hearing worth to you? You don't have to go in for a doctor visit. It's not thousands and thousands of dollars. The price is gonna go away at the end of the day. We're already almost 5 p.m. over here on the East Coast. So it is the lowest price ever. Aaron, what else can we say to have people give this a try and change their lives?
I think the best thing we can do is have people take one more listen. We have a simulation of what life sounds like without the hearing aids, and then the difference once you put the hearing aids in. Take a listen, and then we'll talk to you on the other side.
Hi, I'm Danielle. Let me tell you about our specials. So tonight, we've got some great new craft beers on tap. There's a pale ale from one of our local brewers. It's very crisp, citrusy, if that's what you're into. And tonight's soup is butternut squash, and that comes with a wood-grilled crostini with eggplant on the side. It's very popular. Also on the menu tonight are spicy chicken wings with a blue cheese sauce, and these would both pair nicely with that pale ale I mentioned. So what can I get for you?
At the end of their long journey, our colony of penguin chicks have reached the ocean. They peer over the edge, waiting for the right moment, anticipating the dangers that await. Until finally, one of them jumps, which inspires the others to follow a clumsy cascade of juvenile penguins falling into the sea.
Hey, honey, do you hear that? It sounds like a pair of cardinals.
What are they? I hear them, but I don't see them.
Oh, I think they're coming from up there.
You know, Helen, I think in this case, hearing is believing.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you so much. When are you